Hello, everybody. Day 15. It's Christmas today, so Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Today, I'm going to do a little bit of a different walk. It's really flat out here. It's just like basically the parking lot and the rest of the park. But yeah, today I'm going to talk about something today about Christmas. What's it about? You guys don't know. It's basically God's gift to the world. God gave His only Son, Jesus, to be sacrificed for everybody's sins, and that's the whole premise about it, right? So it's a story about love. It's a story about they call it agape love. So it's selfless love. So just want to kind of start it off there, just so you guys know what Christmas is about. But it kind of like ties into relationships and things like that as well, and that's what we're going to talk about today. You know, when you get married, you're supposed to love, as a man, your wife as Christ loved the church. So, it's like you're supposed to love with everything, right? No matter what. And so thinking about it, it's like, man, that is like the impossible task, right? To love somebody unconditionally and no matter what, love them, right? But thinking about my relationship and the things I've been through for all these years, 17 years, it wasn't easy. It's very difficult to be married to somebody with narcissistic personality disorder and also alcoholism. So those things are difficult to deal with, and I did my best for 17 years to try to keep it all together, even with my parents dying and my uncle and just everything kind of falling apart. I did my best. But things happen. She wanted a divorce and she initiated it, and she moved out, and that's just the way it is. I have to accept that, right? I can't do anything about her decisions. So, now I'm in a position where, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm upset about things. But, life has to go on, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to live my life and have a good life. And this has a ripple effect on your kids and everybody around you, right? People say, wow, 17 years, that's a long time, and what if it happened to me? What happens when I get sad or I get upset or something goes wrong? Is my wife or husband going to leave me? Is that what's going to happen? So these things have a ripple effect. People people you love, your family, so it really shatters the foundation of everybody that's around in a lot of ways. Because, there's also some people who think, oh, it'll never happen to me. But it can happen to you, right? It can happen to anybody, right? Nobody's perfect. Nobody has control over what another person does, right? So, I don't know. It upsets me because, I was trying to set an example for my kids to show that that there was a foundation there and that you can build and things can get better. And but right now I think it's all shooken up. The foundation is cracked. Everything is kind of broken down. So kind of my duty as a father, I have to show my kids, hey, guess what? Even if everything falls apart, looks like the end of the world, Dad is going to be okay, right? Dad's going to be okay. Maybe he'll find new love. Maybe he'll, have even a better life, right? And that's my goal, right? I have to, be that example to my children and show them that, this is not the end for me. My life is going to be good. And unfortunately, they're going to see their mother's life also. So, I still worry about her. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. But honestly, I had anxiety for many years being married to her. And I don't have anxiety now. The only thing I have is sadness and anger every now and then. And I do worry, but it's not like it's anxiety. You know, I know what anxiety is. And that's a whole other subject right there about anxiety. So there are some benefits to this situation. You know, it used to be that I would always worry, like, where is she at? What's she doing? Is she gonna be okay? Is she gonna get hurt? Is she gonna, you know, get in a car accident, being driving drunk or something? Or is she gonna, you know, get raped? Is she gonna get you know, like somebody's gonna put a roofie in her drink or something, or whatever? You know, things can happen when you go to bars. So I don't have those fears anymore because I've basically given up all control. I've given up any kind of worry about that stuff happening because I know I absolutely have no control at all. And I think that's part of recovery, is that you have to realize that you have no control. The only person you really have control over is yourself. I mean, it's just the way it is. So, you know, I think that's another thing about Christianity. You know, they say give it to God, right? And things that you have no control over. And it's freeing, you know, very freeing. If you can really believe in God and, you know, have that, you're going to live a very long time. I just think that, you know, there really is no worry. You know, I remember back in the day when I was very strong in the faith, and nothing bothered me. Of course, I could get upset, right? But I always thought, like, this is just, you know, it doesn't really matter. All this doesn't really matter, right? So, you know, things kind of just go off your back. You don't even really feel them or worry about them. So, but yeah, it's definitely freeing to be that way. A lot of things happen in my life. So I kind of, you know, kind of went my own path, I guess. But it's a whole different story another day. But anyways, you know, I hope that people out there, you know, if you are having anxiety, it's probably one of the worst things you could ever have. You feel like you're dying. You can have panic attacks. Oh, so bad, panic attacks. You actually feel like you're dying. And, you know, there's some people that never even experience anxiety or panic attacks. It's just crazy. You know, they don't understand what that feels like. But I can tell you, I have, and there's nothing you want. Trust me, it's not anything that you want to have. So, but yeah, I just trying to be the best example to my kids. That's my goal. I have control over myself and my decisions. And I actually joked with my girls, and I said, you know, I kind of mentioned to you guys that I went onto a dating site just to see what was out there, right? Just to see what my future, you know, if I was going to do that. And I told them, I said, I just immediately got off of there because it's just, you know, when you're married for 17 years, and you love somebody, you don't see their flaws, you don't see their wrinkles, you don't see, like, you still see them like when you first met them, right? Mine, you know, she was 36 years old, so in my mind, I still, you know, I saw her as that age. So when I get on there and I see people my age, I'm like, ooh, they look old. You know, you guys probably think the same thing about me, right? But you know, you just think like, wow, they look old. And it's like, you know, I haven't looked at other women like that before for 17 years, right? So it's just kind of weird, you know, thinking like that. And so I don't know, it's gonna be very difficult. But I told my girls, I said, you're gonna have to pick the girl for me eventually, you know, if I ever try to date again, you know, because I just obviously I'm not very good at picking. 3 times I've picked people that were not best for me. You know, I was best for them to get them out of their situations, and make them have a better life, but not for me. Definitely was not a benefit. So also wanted to give you guys a little bit of fitness update. So still, I don't think I'm still recovered from that 2-mile run that I did the other day. As you know, this park that I go to, the hills are tremendous, and I think I overdid it a little bit. I was trying to not get wet, so I was running a little bit faster and taking them hills. Yeah, I don't know, just haven't felt right for like the past couple of days, but this kind of happens to me generally. Like if I push it too hard, I'll like I feel a little heavy in my chest or whatever. It just seems to happen every time I lose weight, and it's like I'm blowing out the junk in my my carburetors or something. I don't know. It's like I'm just getting all this junk out of my system, but I'll be all right. I'm out here again walking even today on Christmas Day, so just gonna keep on working out. Maybe not so hard, maybe take it a little bit easy. I'm just taking a little stroll today. So but yeah, just wanted to talk to you about those few things, and realize that as far as just realize that your actions are all watched by your kids. So you gotta keep that in mind, like how you interact, how you handle like a divorce or what you do. Your kids are watching, and like I said yesterday, those who you value the most is who you value to evaluate you. Other people, it doesn't matter, right? We don't really care what other people, or even ants, we don't even care about, we don't care what insignificant people think about us so much as what we care about those who love us, right? That's the whole point. So I just got to do the best I can, get through this, and be a good example to my kids. And then maybe in a year, maybe I'll see if there's anyone out there for me. But until then, I'm going to keep on my fitness and mental journey. Got a lot of healing, a lot of things to work out before I even venture back out into that world again. So yeah, I think that was it today, guys. So I hope you guys have a great Christmas with your families, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 16. All right, have a good Merry Christmas.